And oh, what's my beard doing? That's crazy. I have just about half an hour actually to do all of this, but I'm going to show you. So I'm doing my meal prep. It's going to be high in protein, so I got my oats here. I got my milk. So I'm going to be doing some stuff there. I got my Sour Patch Kids, of course, and chocolate. uh, but I'm going to be meal prepping. What I'm doing is that I'm trying a new version of a meal that I usually make. So my friend, I really should take all this stuff out before I start talking to you guys, right? All right, it's fine. All right, there you go. All right, so much baggage. Okay, so yeah, I'm meal prepping. A friend said to me that I should try cinnamon. So I'm going to try cinnamon, apple, and cheese. So I'm going to make an event out of trying cinnamon, apple, and cheese. So I'm going to do it on camera. We're going to see who shows up. We're going to have a good time. Feel free to ask me questions. Once you guys come in, actually do answer the question, where are you from? Because I actually do like to know where you guys are from. Okay. I have, so I'm going to show you. This is my meal prep time. All right. But I want to do this. How do I do this? Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Is this good? I have no idea how to do this angle. You can tell that I am not the best at this, right? Okay, let me see. I hope this is fine. Okay. Okay, this looks fine. Okay. I also turn on the kitchen light. Okay, boom. There you go. All right. Yeah. So I'm meal prepping. So as I said, I'm in an Airbnb. I usually go to the gym and stuff. I'm in Suriname. I'm retired, financially free, all that stuff. But that's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about today is I'm going to meal prep. So what I'm trying, this is actually a really good angle for this. This is not bad. This is not bad. Okay. So I'm trying apples, cinnamon, and cheese. So I got to actually start with cutting out the cheese. I'm going to cut the cheese first. Haha, cut the cheese. I'm going to cut the cheese first. And then I'm going to do the apple, and then I'm going to add the salami to it. So I'm actually going to show you what my. However, let me actually start cutting because I don't have much time. I'm going to play handball in 40 minutes, so I got to actually have get cracking. All right, so damn, I can't even cut cheese properly. All right, boom. All right, so I'm no chef. However, I am looking forward to making this combination because one of my favorite snacks in the world. I'm not sure if you guys do this, but apple and cheese. Oh man, one of my favorite snacks. Okay, let me see. Damn, it's hard as a rock. All right, let me see. Where are you from, man? I am from Jamaica. Good to see you, Sidesh. Good morning, sir. How you doing? What is it? Good morning. It's 4:12 here. I always say good morning myself. So it is a good morning. It has been a great day. It rained a little, but the sun came back out and it's not bad at all. So now I'm meal prepping and I'm gonna have this and then head to handball. I'm not sure if you play handball, Sudesh, but I play handball with some friends from Netherlands every Friday here in Suriname. Isn't that crazy? I'm a Jamaican here in Suriname playing handball with people from Netherlands. That's kind of cool. But life is like that. Life is like that. Doing pretty good. Fantastic. I'm glad you're doing well, man. I'm glad you're doing well. Meal prepping. YouTube has been going well. I've been going live every day, Sudesh, since February. and more people are tuning in. I'm not sure if this is your first time on the live, but if it is, welcome to our community, brother. Um, but what we've been doing, we talk about all sorts of things. We talk about Shannon Sharp, talk about um news, talk about Donald Trump. We talk about dating and relationships. We talk about money. Money obviously very important. We're talking about philosophy. We talk about manhood. Or anything that can help people and uplift people. That's what we do here. I do like handball, but I cannot. But I am not a professional player. Yeah, yeah. Me neither. I played handball for the first time. That would have been what, last month. So maybe this is like my fifth or something like that time playing. And then I saw handball on TV, and I was like, that looks nothing like what we are doing. That looks nothing like what we're doing. All right, my cheese is cut. I'm going to save the rest of this. I'm not throwing it away. So my cheese is cut and all sliced. If I had a sharper knife, that would have been faster, but it's fine. I do have to wash my apples though. Oh wow! I just tasted that cheese. Fantastic, fantastic cheese. It's Gouda cheese and it's quite salty. Very nice. I'm only going to use two apples. I got to wash these real quick. One sec, guys. Don't get anywhere. I got to wash this. Wash, 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 wash. All right, there we go. All right. So we're all washed. All right. So tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. Actually, I do like to cook. Where am I living right now? I'm living in Suriname, my friend. I am retired. I retired before 30. And so if you knew, I'll just explain my story. Retired before 30, made a lot of money in real estate. And now I'm making YouTube videos, traveling the world, helping people as much as I can. And also the reason why we started, really going active on YouTube is because I provide two scholarships to kids in Jamaica. And I'm thinking if YouTube starts paying us, then we can use that YouTube money, all of it, 100% of it, to fund more scholarships for the kids in Jamaica. So then right now I have two scholarships out of pocket, and I'm trying to get us to four by the end of the year using YouTube money. So that's why I'm live here talking to you guys. Uh-huh. But yeah, life is good, man. Life is good. Life is good. Is the market going to crash this year? What do you think? Is the market going to crash? I don't think so. Other people think that the economy is always ending, but it's very easy to get those headlines, right? Because then if you see the economy is going to end, what would you do? You're going to click. So then that's why they make headlines like that. The market isn't going to crash. You know what's crazy? There's headlines that show, those headlines that said young people don't want to work anymore, they're lazy in the office, etc. You know, quiet quitting, all that stuff. Okay, that happens maybe every 20 years, 15 years or so. You know why? Because that's just how society is. We said the same thing in 2000s. We said the same thing in 1980s. Young people always don't want to work hard. The economy is always crashing. Real estate is always going to crash, right? The world is always ending. That's how people work. We're very sensational, very emotional people. But is the world always ending? As you can imagine, of course not. People are just very emotional. So I say that to say, don't believe most things that you see on the internet. The internet is not true most of the time. I am in real estate and the market is fine. Even in 2008, when the market crashed, if you were smart and knew how markets work and studied, what would you have done during 2008? You would have bought more property. That's what you'd have done. You would not have sold anything, you'd have bought more property. So then it's the same thing. If the market does crash, which it won't, but if it does, you should be thankful, right? But anyway, I know we could talk about money all day. Okay, okay. So we have the cheese set up. All right, I'm going to cut one more apple. Yeah, I got to cut one more apple. Okay. All right, here we go. I am running out of time. That's crazy. Does anybody in here trade stocks or interested in investing? Maybe I can answer some questions for you about investing that might help you to make some money today, tomorrow, any at all. If you want to ask me a question about investing, stock trading, stock investing, long term wealth, financial independence, financial freedom, now the chance while I'm making this food, I'll be your consultant for a couple of minutes. Free consultancy. I am not your financial advisor, but I'll give you some information. I'll give you some game that could help you make some money, especially right now in 2025 when really, I'm telling you this right now, there has never been an easier time to make money. Literally, never been an easier time to make money. So, if you have a question, please go ahead and ask. I'll answer. Otherwise, I'll just keep chatting about whatever comes to my mind. Oh, this is actually what I wanted to talk about. No, okay, I remember. This is what I want to talk about. This is actually a really good topic. Um, so the example that I wrote down for men, this is actually advice for men. So she might actually like this. Okay, Sudesh, listen to my analogy. Okay, let me put this down. An 18-wheeler on the road has to be more careful than a car. Do you understand that? An 18-wheeler on the road has to be more careful on the road than a car. Why? Because we understand that an 18-wheeler that is out of control, let's say the driver gets sleepy, what happens to other people on the road? They die. An 18-wheeler that is not in control, that is not behind the hands of someone that is capable, can kill people. Figuratively, literally, an 18-wheeler can kill people because it is such a massively overwhelming object. Okay? Now listen to this analogy. Just came up with this walking now. I'm going to start talking about this more because it's actually a pretty good analogy. It is for that reason that I'm harder on men than women when it comes to discipline. Follow me. An 18-wheeler out of control can hurt people. So does men. Out of control men hurt people. Think about what I'm saying. Out of control men are dangerous to society. It is not okay for a man to lose his control, which is why we have to practice discipline and stoicism. When you lose control as a man, people die, which is why we have to address men staying in control of themselves. Just like how a CDL license, the license to operate one of those big 18 wheelers, is different from the license that you can just use to get a motorcycle. You can use a car, you can use a motorcycle, but you cannot step foot in an 18 wheeler unless you understand what it is like to actually do that. And one of the things that they drill into you over and over and over and over and over again when you are getting that CDL 18-wheeler license is that you can kill people if you are not in control. So you must always be in control. Do you understand my analogy? I'm going to say that. Oh, and by the way, I'm just about done. Oh, damn. What do you think? Ta-da! I'm just about done, so I'm going to end the live. But I'm going to show you. What do you think? Cheese, apple, oats, and cinnamon. All right. Thank you for staying with me. Make sure that you subscribe. I'm going to go enjoy this and then get out of here because I do have handball in half an hour. I appreciate that. That was deep. I thought it was. And I'm going to start sharing that analogy now because I just thought about it like 10 minutes ago. Thank you, Sudesh. Make sure that you subscribe. We'll talk soon. Okay. All right. Peace, bro.